Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Anstey, and it's an honour and a pleasure to introduce Stand Up to Stop Suicide, the podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please give a big warm welcome to one of C.A.L.M's patrons, David Baddiel!
Oh, thank you very much for that applause, apart from those of you that were thinking, couldn't they get Frank Skinner? I am here, I'm not really here to do any jokes. I'm here as a patron of C.A.L.M, which for those of you who still don't know, is a charity which is about trying to raise awareness of the problems faced by young men. The thing about C.A.L.M, I've got some statistics here that I have to tell you, which is that in 2005, 987 men killed themselves, and it is in fact the largest killer of young men apart from road deaths. Road deaths actually pipped it in 2005. The thing I was told just before I came on, because obviously I'm not as informed as I should be, is that during the Iraq War, 150 young men have tragically died. During the same period since the Iraq War began, 4,000 young men have killed themselves. If you are out there now and you are a young man and you are depressed or sad, some of you look quite depressed by what I've done so far, then basically don't clam up, go to the website, text, get in touch. What I'm saying is don't commit suicide. Do think about what anyone says about trying to not get depressed, because I have been depressed. It's absolute hell. So maybe if you have a few laughs tonight, that'll save you at least from depression for a bit.
Did you know for every heroin death, there are 5 suicides?
Now, I did this gig recently where I was talking about evolution, and if that is what happened, obviously, I know there are 2 theories. There's the theory of evolution and the theory of ta-da! But I was doing this gig and I started talking about Charles Darwin, which is always a banker on a late-night Friday audience. I started talking about Darwin, and this bloke put his hand up, and he went, "Oi! Was he that one who looked at all those parrots?" And I said, "Well, they weren't parrots. They were finches." And he went, "Yeah, all the same." And I kind of thought, if Charles Darwin had thought like that, we wouldn't have had a theory of evolution, would we? We'd just have a man walking around an island going, "It's a tortoise or a dolphin, I don't fucking know. I'm just here to get a tan. Someone lift me beard, I want my nipples to get crispy."
Definitely, they used to put amphetamines into Whisker's cat food. It's true. I only knew when I read that they had to stop putting it in there, and you think, bloody hell, all those years they got away with putting amphetamines into Whisker's cat food. And we should have known, really. The whole advertising campaign for a decade, 9 out of 10 cats prefer Whiskers. They were off their heads, those cats. In no fit state to fill in a questionnaire. Christ knows how they sat them down in the first place. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And I felt so bad because I'd fed my cat Whiskers for years, and in the end he'd sold his dirt box, his little velvet collar, his little fluffy mouse. He used to hang around on street corners trying to score Sheba. Explains the whole thing.
For every man that dies of AIDS, 88 men die from depression.
Who here's got kids? One person. Sorry, did I ask that in too creepy a fashion, did I? Who here's got kids? Where are they? Are you hiding them from me? I can smell them on you.
So Jerry Hall had some advice, girls, on how to keep your man. So that's going to be worth listening to, isn't it, Jerry Hall's advice. What she said, girls, all you have to do to keep your man is act like a cook in the kitchen, a maid in the parlour, and a whore in the bedroom. Better advice, though, girls, if you want to keep your man, is to act like a whore in every room of the house. Most men won't really care what state the parlour has got into. I don't really go in there. Not too sure where it is.
Did
Did you know that for every life lost through ecstasy, 88 young men take their own life?
July 2005, at the age of 35, and with no courage on my part whatsoever, I finally came out to my dad. My mum, she's known for many years. You dream about how your mum will find out. Well, many years ago, a genuinely beautiful thing happened. A friend of mine got drunk, rung her up and said, "You sounds gay!" and put the phone down. A hilarious student prank at every level. Mum didn't find it so funny, crying her eyes out for 10 to 15 years.
The thing that women don't know in there is when a woman should take her makeup off when she's got a bloke in bed with her. You think, when's the right time to take your makeup off? Like, before sex? A bit risky. He might do a runner, you don't know, do you? During sex? Not very polite, is it? Now, you carry on, mate. I've got loads to do here. Sorry, I thought that was a cotton wool ball. You just leave it on, don't you? Think, oh, at least I wake up in the morning looking a bit glamorous. Bloke wakes up, goes, what the hell was that? You know, must have been pissed. Don't remember getting to bed with a giant panda. But hey, it seems friendly enough. Might as well shag it now it's here, eh?
I had a great window into what it's like to have a kid recently. I was on the tube here in London, and there was a woman there with her kid. And I know it was her kid because the kid said the word mum about 500 times. You know, one of those children that just keeps going off like a fucking alarm clock, you know? Mum, 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 mum. And every now and again she'd go, what? But it was just like pressing snooze. Just be off again a few minutes later. Mum, mum, mum. And every time she'd say what, the kid would say something really fucking innocuous, like really boring. You could almost see the woman weighing it up in her head. Was that more or less irritating than the sound of it going mum, mum, mum? You know? Like, mum, 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 mum. What? That man has a hat. Yes, well done, son. Nothing gets past you, does it? Man does indeed have a hat. Mum, 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 mum. What? Why don't I have a hat? Because in a second you're not going to have a fucking head. She didn't say that, I made that bit up. She did say this, though. About the 8th time the kid did it, and I thought, I'm never fucking having kids. I just thought this was beautiful. Kid goes, Mum, Mum, Mommy, Mum, 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 Mum. And the woman just, without even looking at the kid, just went, I can't believe how happy I was the first time you said that word.
My friend was pissed off. She spent 35 quid in mother care on this baby alarm and still got pregnant.
Do you know when you're smoking a joint, right? And I don't really smoke drugs anymore, well, because I'm 38 years old. So I don't need to create a chemical imbalance to make myself paranoid and lethargic. You know, that's basically how I wake up in the morning. The alarm goes off. Oh, I'm tired again. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, the fear's made me tired. I won't even reach for my dressing gown today. And he did all this stuff going, you know, you're smoking a joint, right? And you get the munchies, eh? And you have to go down the all-night garage. And even that bit didn't ring true from when I did smoke drugs. Because when I did smoke drugs, I always used to plan ahead, you know. So I think, well, I'm going to smoke a joint on the Saturday, so I'll go to Sainsbury's on the Thursday, pick up some shortbread and some cheeses from around the world in a presentation dish, just pop them on the table near me, you know. So my observation was, you know, when you're smoking a joint, right, and you get the munchies, and you lean forward and you go, ooh, Jarlsberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. Now, if you would like to get involved with the campaign against living miserably, or perhaps you'd like to find out about our next event, please go to our website, www.thecalmzone.net. I'll see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Anstey, and it was my idea to have a night of comedy to help prevent another charity. It's an absolute honour. What did I say? Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Anstey, and it was my idea to have a night of comedy to help prevent another charity. So it's absolute... Oh my God, I've done it 3... Can we rewind this tape and we're embarrassed of the edit?